John has a question about shed footings.
This is, I think, the third or fourth time he's written to us about this shed project. And John, I think we ought to come video this project of yours.
Or maybe I just build it for you.
I think so. He says you told him something about the foundation, the footer that the foundation needs. And John writes to us, what I didn't mention, which of course is the case many times, people leave some little detail out, is that sand was brought in and the posts are on that sand, as you can see in this photo that he has sent in. It looks like a stabilized sand to me, though, Tom, doesn't it?
Well, whether it's the sand is fine, and that's going to work for him. Usually we put those footers down in the ground so you don't see them, and you just have the block coming up.
And that's what he's about to say in his note here. He says, technically, there is a footer on top of the ground, and then the cement post is on top of the footer, and then the wood floor is on top of that. Okay, so John wants to know, does the footer need to be under the ground if the shed is built on this sand?
Here's the problem with that. You can get washout because it's on top.
Oh.
And if you just get a lot of rain and it starts washing, you could have one of those things start to sink. When you put them in the ground, you eliminate the washout underneath there because the water's going to be on the surface. Now, it might wash the dirt off the top of it, but not underneath it, so it's much more stable. That's the only problem with laying it on top. If you don't get a lot of rain, you're fine. With sand moves, it drains real well, but it could still wash out underneath there over time, and all of a sudden you got the crooked little house.
I'm no building engineer, but that doesn't sound good.
Depends if you're a crooked little man.
That's it.
Or just a crook.
There's a whole story here. Yes. Hey, you know what? There are lots of good stories, and they all have happy endings when you get help from Tom in these videos, and you'll find lots of them waiting for you at HomeShowRadio.com.